I have shared my screen. Please let me know if it is visible to you.
Yes.
Is it visible?
One second. Yeah. Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so if we talk about the Citrix, so basically it is a company which provides virtualization solutions, and the
Mhm.
most popular product from Citrix is virtual apps and desktop. Earlier, those products were named as JanApp and JanDesktop, but now the guys renamed those products to Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktop, and the headquarters for Citrix is in US, Florida. So this is the basic information like what Citrix do
Mhm.
and where it is located and what are the popular products. Okay, so before go to the Citrix, just let me know, do you have any idea what is virtualization?
Virtualization is nothing but an utilization of physical hardware
Mhm.
to manage to create multiple hardware using software
And why
so
we do
that
that?
to optimum utilization of hardware resources.
Not optimum, to utilize hardware to its maximum efficiency. Correct.
Okay. Yes, right.
So this is a basic definition of virtualization. With the help of virtualization, we can easily utilize a single hardware or multiple hardwares to their maximum efficiency. Correct.
Efficient. Yes, right.
Okay. So coming to the working and key components. So as you can see here, this is a kind of flow chart for Citrix, how Citrix work, what is the working principle, okay, and what are the key components for Citrix. Okay, so as you can see from the left hand side, this will be your end user device like a laptop, desktop, whatever user have. This is the end user client device, you can consider this. Okay,
Mhm.
so basically in client devices, what we do, we just install one application which is called as Citrix Receiver or Citrix Workspace. Okay, so the latest updated version is Citrix Workspace. It is an application which is responsible to create a secure connection from end user computer to our data center, which is located at right hand side. Okay,
Yes.
so in between we have firewall. So either you can use the hardware firewall, whatever you have in your organization, or from Citrix, we also have one firewall or a load balancer, which we call as net scaler. Okay, so
Mhm.
it's our choice. Okay, but firewall should be there to secure the connection. Correct.
Okay.
So after firewall, we have our entire data center setup, and the core components of entire data center is delivery controllers, storefront, Citrix Studio, Citrix Director, Citrix License Server, and that will be our hypervisor, which is called as Citrix Hypervisor. Okay, earlier uh, its name was Gen Server. Okay, now they rename it to Citrix Hypervisor. Okay, so
Okay.
basically these are the core components like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and these are the basic components for IT persons. Like Active Directory is used to create and manage user accounts and computers, correct? And
Mhm.
SQL Server we always use for database management, correct? To store our
Yes.
data.
Mhm.
So this is the core components of Citrix, or you can consider them as a key component. So what is storefront, what is delivery controller, what is studio, what is director, each and every topic I will cover in upcoming sessions. So basically, if I talk about the storefront, okay, so storefront is a kind of store, okay, means it is a web address for your data center. Just suppose your user wants to access your company resources, correct? So what he will do, he will open a web browser in laptop or desktop, whatever have. Okay, and user has to enter one URL. It should be your company URL, correct? And once user enter the URL, it goes to firewall first, then it will reach our storefront server. And basically storefront server is a web page. Okay, on that web page, user will prompt to enter the credentials. Okay, once user enter the credential, that request goes to the delivery controller, and from delivery controller, that particular request, it will go to the Active Directory server to authenticate the credentials, whether it's valid or not, correct? If credentials are valid, again request move to the delivery controller and again to the storefront server. And once user click on login, after that user will get the applications or desktop or any other stuff, whatever we have hosted for this particular user, correct? Any desktop, any applications, anything. Okay, so this is how virtualization works. So what is the role of hypervisor here? So whatever the desktop operating systems or server operating systems or applications, whatever we will host in our data center, all those applications will be stored in hypervisors only. Okay,
Okay.
now coming to the delivery controller. So basically delivery controller is a console through which actually this is responsible to make communication to each and every component. As you can see here, whatever request come to it, it will process the request to concerned component and it will get feedback from, as I told you, Active Directory or SQL server. Whatever feedback it will get, it will forward the feedback to storefront or to the end user. Okay, so basically studio is a kind of GUI tool, as we use studio in SQL server as well, that is management studio. It is a similar console. With the help of Citrix studio, you will be able to create machine catalogs, you will be able to publish applications, you will be able to create a delivery groups. Whatever operation you want to perform, you can perform with a single console. Like, you do not have to log in here and there to each and every component. You can manage entire component with Citrix studio. Okay, you will get all options over there. And what is director? So Citrix director is a tool through which you can easily take a remote of any virtual machine which is hosted in our hypervisor. Okay, so just suppose as an IT guy, you have to troubleshoot something. So what you will do, you can use Citrix director as a tool. It is a kind of remote tool. Okay, you can use that tool and you can take a remote of any virtual machine and you can fix the issue. Okay, so this is a basic task for director. Coming to the license server. So basically license server is something relevant to license. What license you have, whatever the expiring date. Okay, all those kind of information will be there. Okay, what license you have purchased from Citrix, each and everything. Okay, and hypervisor, I already explained you. Active Directory, it's a basic thing for IT persons. Okay, and SQL as well. So this is a basic working principle. It is a kind of introduction part. Okay, so any doubt so far in that?
Yes. So I want to ask, like, is there any difference between SQL Server and Active Directory? Like, both are keeping same track of records of users or what? Like for
Buddy,
SQL Server, also,
SQL, look, SQL server is database server. Okay,
yes.
and Active Directory is to manage and store information for users and computers. Correct.
Okay.
So what SQL server do? SQL server store each and every logs, like user session log, who is connected, who is not connected, when user last connected, when user leave the session, whatever the things, every information will be stored in your SQL server, because Active Directory can only store the information which is relevant to user and computers only, correct? But just suppose if you are the user and you have logged into your session, just suppose in the afternoon. Okay, so it will store each and every information, like when you have last login, when you have not, what you are doing, what you are not doing, each and everything. Okay,
Okay.
so
And
this is the basic thing. Any other
Okay.
question?
Is there any protocol used to connect between Citrix workspace app to delivery controller? Like
You
Citrix get any
look, look, delivery controller is for Citrix administrators like the IT persons who are operating the data center, correct? User never have to connect to the delivery controller. User always have to reach out to storefront server only, correct? Because for user, this is a front end, okay? And rest of the things are from back end, from data centers, okay?
okay. So
So
is there any protocol used to connect between the storefront and Citrix workspace app?
I told you na, that application .ica is an extension for Citrix, okay?
Okay, I see.
.ica file is a extension, and basically if we talk about the ICA, so ICA is kind of Citrix independent computing architect that we call as ICA. Okay, so basically this is an independent application, and which provides .ica file which is encrypted, and that particular session will be responsible to make communication between storefront and to the client. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
any other doubt?
No.
Okay, so and coming to the next, so basically I have divided the entire series into 10 sessions. Okay.
Mhm.
So these are the step-by-step sessions. And from session 1, you will learn the prerequisites and introduction, which we are doing right now. Like what are the prerequisites, what is ethics, those kind of things I'm covering in this session. Okay. So prerequisites and introduction I'm covering in this session. And in the second session, we will learn how to install and configure the delivery controllers and other core components. This is the delivery controller. We will know how to configure the delivery controller. Okay, in second session. In third session, we will learn how to install and configure hypervisor. So as you can see, this is our hypervisor. In third session, we will learn this.
Mhm.
And in the fourth one, we will learn how to create a site and how to add delivery controller to the site. Okay. In
Okay.
the fifth one, we will learn how to install and configure the virtual delivery agents, then how to create the machine catalogs, then how to create the delivery groups, how to install Citrix storefront server. In the ninth session, we will test our entire deployment like the data center. We will test
Okay.
this. What we will do, we will use our storefront URL from end user computer, and we will connect to our resources, the virtual machine or application, whatever we will publish. Okay. And
Okay.
10 session is for troubleshooting and backup plan. Okay. So it's totally up to you how much time you will take for troubleshooting. It's totally up to you. And it is always good to have more and more practice, correct? So
Yes. Correct.
anyway, so this is our deployment. So basically that will be our data center. Okay. So here what I did, I've created 6 virtual machines. First machine will be our domain controller, which is Active Directory server.
Mhm.
Second server will be our delivery controller. Third and fourth will be our hypervisor, Gen server 01 and Gen server 02. And fifth and sixth will be our end user machines. Okay, so as you can see here, for end user machines, I'm using Windows 10 as an operating system, and I have allocated 2 GB of RAM to this, and it is joined into my domain, which is techamtech.com. So in your case, domain may be different, correct? You can create a domain as per you. So these are our client machines. Sorry. First and second machine will be our Windows Server machine. So I've used Windows Server operating system for those two. First one, both are running on Windows Server 2019. And for domain controller, I have allocated 2 GB of RAM. And for delivery controller, I have allocated 6 GB of RAM. And I have joined this delivery controller to my domain, which is techamtech.com. Okay.
Okay.
Coming to the hypervisors. So you have nothing to do with the hypervisors. I will let you know how to install and configure hypervisor in with practicals only. Okay.
Okay.
So this will be our basic infra. So as you can see here, the memory utilization like 10 plus 10, 20 GB for hypervisors, then 6 plus 2, that is 28 now, and 2 and 2, 4. So it's almost 32 GB, correct? Which is required to run the entire data centers for learning purpose, correct?
Correct.
So any doubt so far? So first let me know what I
Mhm.
want from you. I want you to create these two virtual machines on Windows 10. Like you can easily do that. How?
Yes.
From here, like it's a simple process, like how to install operating system on VMware, correct? Have you ever uh, did it?
Yes.
Okay, so it will be great. And second is for you to create a domain controller. Have you ever configured a domain controller, Active Directory users and computers?
Yes.
Okay, so what you have to do, you have to create, where I was, okay, you have to create two machines with Windows Server operating system, and you have to migrate one machine as a domain controller, and you have to join that second machine into your domain. And also you have to perform the same for both machines as well. You have to install Windows 10 and you have to join these two machines into the domain, correct?
Correct.
This is a basic task for you. It is very basic task. If you found anything else, I'm not asking you to configure the delivery controller. What I'm asking is to create a new virtual machine on Windows Server operating system and just join that machine into the domain. Rest thing I will cover it up. Okay, how to configure it, that I will let you know. Okay,
Okay.
so this is a basic infra that we will create in upcoming sessions. So just let me know what is your available time on regular basis. Like, we have to cover up the things regularly. So as you,
So till, so
Mhm,
till 30th of I guess till 30th, my shift is like same
mhm.
as 7 to 4:30, and after that they shift the my shift will be about 4 to 3 to 12:30 evening.
Evening 3 to 12:30 means in your next shift, what we will do, we will fix a slot in morning itself, like somewhere around 12 or 11 o'clock. Is it okay for you?
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
And in your current shift, what we will do, we will try to connect always somewhere around 5 or 5:30 or 6 p.m. Okay, is it fine?
Okay. Yes, yes, fine.
So sometime I might be busy, but I will inform you as well in advance, not an issue. Okay, and sometime you
Okay.
might be busy too, so we have to manage the things in that way, not a big deal. Okay, so
Yes, right.
what I will do, I will do one thing. First, I will create entire infra for you from my side as per the sessions I have mentioned here. Okay. In a
Mhm.
session, every session, I will let you know how to configure the things. And after that, I will hand over the hardware to you. And what you have to
Okay.
do, you have to destroy the entire infra and you have to recreate it again by your own. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the best, that will be the best practice. Correct.
Yes, correct.
So now you have some idea about what is Citrix, how it works, and
Mhm.
what are the sessions I'm going to host or I'm going to take, and the data centers which we have, the number of virtual machines, like what we have to create. Correct.
Yes, correct.
So any doubt, any confusion in that so far?
No.
If you don't have any doubt, please do some R&D and try to search the things on Google. You will get multiple queries over there. Once you read out the articles, after that you will get some doubts to clear. Correct. So what we will do with practicals only, when we will configure the practicals,
Mhm.
and on that time just be prepared. Okay, if you will get any doubt, please ask immediately. There is nothing to hesitate for learning. Correct. So you don't be shy. If you have any doubt, even any basic doubt, if you have, please ask. No issue in that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I will do after this call, I will share that recording to you. and you can refer that recording always. Okay, and please
Okay.
keep this thing with you only. Do not upload the things on any social media platforms. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. So if no questions so far, then we are good to conclude the call, and we will connect tomorrow at same time for second session with practicals. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other doubt? If you have, you can ask. No issue.
No doubt.
Okay,
I'll
buddy.
configure
Hmm.
to two servers and that two machines.
Listen, what I will do. This is my machine, and I have already configured one domain controller here, so uh, it will work for us. Okay, and I have Windows 10 machine as well. Hypervisor I can delete for now. That I will configure in front of you only.
Okay.
And this is a blank machine I have already created on server edition, and I will rename it to TDC, and I will join that machine into the domain. Each and everything I will explain to you with practicals only. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So that step you have to perform again with your own, but not this time. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, buddy. So let's make it 6 GB, 6144. Perfect. It's perfect. Okay, buddy. So coming to here, like in my domain controller. So this is my domain, abc.com. And
Mhm.
I have few systems I have added here. So this is, those three are useless. Even I can delete all those. Correct. So let me delete those. What I'm doing is I'm just making it a fresh machine. Okay. Without any computers. Correct.
Yes.
And also I have created one domain admin here, which is Mahesh Singh. And in a similar way, you have to create one user, but that is a easy task. You can do that. Correct. How to create a
Yes.
users. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, buddy. So that's it in this session, and I'm not going to take practicals in this session. Why? Because it will be time consuming, and it's already 6 o'clock now. Okay. So I have
Okay. Yeah.
also have some stuff to do. Okay. So
Okay.
what we will do tomorrow, we will try to connect somewhere around, if possible, 5 o'clock only. Okay.
Okay.
Or whatever the schedule, I will ping you. Okay, buddy.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you.